This is the book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 2 in the NLT. Hide me from the plots of this evil mob, from this gang of wrongdoers. They sharpen their tongues like swords and aim their bitter words like arrows. They shoot from ambush at the innocent, attacking suddenly and fearlessly. They encourage each other to do evil and plan how to set their traps in secret. Who will ever notice, they ask. As they plot their crimes, they say we have devised a perfect plan. Yes, the human heart and mind are cunning. But the Most High himself will shoot them with his arrows, suddenly striking them down. Their own tongues will ruin them, and all who see them will shake their heads in scorn. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, all praise, honor, and the glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren that's teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the elect, 144,000, and the rest of the elect out there, shalom. I'm the brother Dama Al-Gibar here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh while Yahweh Shai. All right, and this is going to be a quick lesson through the spirit, just showing you, the the plots and the schemes and the secret counsels of the wicked. And this lesson is going to be geared around this whole Iran, America, and Israel situation as far as, the results that they're, accomplishing from having it, which is ultimately, and this is why we say, you have to understand that a lot of these nations and all the shit that's happening is really a theater of war. Now, are there real bombs being dropped? Absolutely. Are there real civilian and casualties happening? Yes. But a lot of the shit behind closed doors is being orchestrated. A lot of it is, the elites controlling both sides, and and a lot of the results are things that are being forced. Like, for instance, all of this, blowing up of infrastructure, oil refinery thing, the oil refinery situations, these events that are causing world global, food disruptions, global energy, disruptions. A lot of those things are being done intentionally. It makes no sense that these people can't be that goddamn stupid to destroy all of this infrastructure that's vital for, the stability of the planet, energy, oil, a lot of these fertilizers, these things, a lot of this energy is crucial for, to keep, to keep civilization, afloat. But all of a sudden you see these devils destroying it and dismantling it because ultimately, they're forcing a lot of this chaos to bring the control out of it. And a lot of it is a lot of this shit is part of the plots of this evil mob, man. And you can't be so naive to not to think that all of these nations, Iran, Israel, America, the EU nations, a lot of these governments and a lot of these people of power are they're all in cahoots to a certain extent to ultimately destabilize so that these international bankers can bring in this new world order, man. Right. And I was listening to
lead
this.
to a much
I was listening to this, and,
larger
and it makes sense.
insurance company.
So
Farmers plant.
So let me play it from the beginning, because, this chick, casting off the fits makes a lot of good point, which is things that, starting with the elders and the apostles that we've been bringing out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. This is all part of the secret counsel of the wicked. Now, again, I'm not saying that, these are not real bombs that are not being dropped. These are not real, things that are escalating to war that are happening. But you have to understand a lot of this shit is being orchestrated behind closed doors by these elites because they truly believe that they're totally in control of their destinies, man. They really believe that, their future is in their hands and the things that they're doing are going to result in, their new world order, that they're really going to, do things outside of prophecy. They're going to do things outside of the control of the Heavenly Father, and establish this new world order. You see, and like I said, a lot of this shit is being staged. A lot of it is being done on purpose. Now, like, for instance, today you're hearing Trump, open the Strait of Hormuz, you bastards. Like, a lot of that shit is staged. A lot of that shit is just acting. A lot of that shit, Trump is being told to do. A lot of these people are doing things, intentionally to make it seem as if, the results are just, naturally happening. But really, a lot of this shit is being done, and these strings are being pulled, and these elites ultimately are bringing in this agenda of order, ab, chaos, man. And you have to understand that, this is all, a lot of this shit is staged. A lot of it is being done intentionally, to bring perplexity, to bring, disruption, to bring, to have food riots, what do they call that shit? Panic buying, to have you people perplexed and confused and not knowing what the hell is going on, to bring manufactured famines, manufactured energy crises, and all of these other situations so that they could, ultimately bring in this new world order at the end of the day, man. So you can't be naive and you can't be so dumb to think that these devils don't have a hand in the shit that is happening, and that a lot of this shit is not being intentionally done to bring a desired result for these elites, which is to bring in this new world order. And we know they need complete, total chaos, supply disruptions. They want to bring in another lockdown, but this time an energy lockdown. A lot of this shit is just being orchestrated, man. And you can't be so goddamn dumb and naive not to think that it's not so. But we know ultimately, that, prophecy is going to ultimately, has the final say so. We know if these devils are going to go down, they're going to lose, they're going to be destroyed. But you have to understand that a lot of this shit is part of the secret council of the wicked. A lot of this shit is being done intentionally, man, to squeeze you people, to bring economic collapse, to bring, instability, insecurity, so these devils can come with a new, with a new world order, so to speak. So let me play some of this video. I got another precept and I'm going to close it out.
Farmers plant in the spring. Right now, we are shutting down the critical ingredients to most European factories who make fertilizer, right? Okay. And so by the time that gets through, whenever it gets through, it's going to be too late to make the fertilizer. You're going to miss the whole spring season. So I don't know. I just saw a headline: Goldman Sachs, leading member of the New York Fed, says that it's going to be shut down for 21 days, right? Yeah. Miss the planting season. Okay, so if you look at the material coming through that's critical to chip production, the material coming through the straits that's critical to fertilizer and food, and the material coming through that's critical to energy, you're talking about massive dislocation of the global economy. And if it goes on for long enough, I mean, we have Peru, Thailand, other people talking about doing COVID kind of shutdowns to save gas and fuel. Yeah. Right. But you're talking about intentionally shutting down the global economy. And it didn't start with Iran, and it didn't start with the United States. It started with the City of London. So Lloyd's of London shut down the straits with all their insurance company friends and reinsurance company friends, right? So the city shuts down the straits, and now the Iran is helping supposedly to keep it shut down. Oh. Do you buy that story? That the U.S.
See, that's what she's telling you. Like, you think this shit is all just happening by coincidence? No, there's strings being pulled. A lot of this shit is being orchestrated by the powers that be, but they're trying to make it seem as if it's naturally happening because of the war with Iran and Israel, and because the Iranians want to close the Strait of Hormuz, and and all this other bullshit. You have to understand that is heavy witchcraft and sorcery and strings being pulled behind this shit. It's a lot of this shit is being done intentionally, and that's what she's saying. Like, she's telling you like this. Is that a coincidence? You think that's a coincidence? Really, nothing is a coincidence. Like I said, these devils, like I read, we've devised the perfect plan that people will never see. There's a lot of things that's happening behind these situations that the average person don't see and don't realize. You see, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and through prophecy, we understand and we see through these things to be exactly what they are.
U.S. military is helpless. No, but what I struggle with is it seems like a lot of countries and citizens across the world are going to suffer as a result of this war.
Right, that's what I was saying. That's the plan. They want everybody to suffer. They want to bring instability. They want to bring perplexity. They want you people to be squeezed, man, so they can bring what? They bring chaos, and then they can bring the order out of it, man. They want you people panic buying. They want you people desperate, eventually begging these elites to fix the problems that are happening in the earth, and they're going to come with the perfect solution, which is going to be this technocracy, this new world order, universal basic income, 15-minute cities, cashless societies, micro C-hips, You see, all of this other shit, digital IDs, biometrics, this whole NWO agenda, man.
And as a result of the blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. So there will be global disorder and chaos to a large extent. And even if you look at Japan, they're especially vulnerable. But in the Second World War, Japan did Pearl Harbor, at least that's the common story, because they were shut off from the oil market. So when countries are in desperate position, they're going to take desperate measures. So this could easily lead to a much larger world war, this conflict in the Middle East. So that's a huge gamble then that the global elite, for example, are taking, because they run a risk.
See, but it's not a gamble. I mean, it's not a gamble, but it's all part of their agenda, man. Hey, and they're willing to do this to, like I said, to get the desired results, man. Look, Esau knows he has but a short time. He knows his window of opportunity to try to bring this new world order is very short, which we know through prophecy and through scriptures he's going to lose. But hey, he understands that, it's all or nothing for him. And he's willing to take these huge gambles, and he's willing to do the thing that he is doing. Like I said, they think they devised the perfect plan, but it's not the perfect plan, because everything goes according to the plans of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man.
Themselves too. If we have a nuclear escalation and a nuclear holocaust, what's in it for them?
So, what's in it for them is implementing the control grid and depopulation together. Yeah, that's what's in it for them.
So all this shit is all part of their agenda, man. Like I said, they already plan on the majority of the people on this earth to be wiped out and not make it into their into this beast system. They need to get rid of the majority of the people. And what better way than to bring a orchestrated famine, global famine. Like I said, to bring more global lockdowns, to bring in pestilences, sicknesses, diseases, manufactured famines. They're going to bring these lockdowns and shit. It's all part of their agenda, and they're willing to take the hugest gamble possible to try to do it.
This is, because we don't know yet. I think it's too early. I can't tell whether you're looking at massive incompetence on the basis of the U.S. or you're looking at an intentional desire to shut down.
Right. Like I was saying, scriptures tell you that, Esau is wiser than Daniel, man. Like she said, it's hard to believe that these people, like, you see the shit that Trump is doing and what America's doing, it's stupid as fuck. Like, it's just, everything that they're doing is just stupid. It don't make no sense. It just looks like utter incompetence, but is it really? These people are not that fucking stupid, man. They're not stupid. Like I said, a lot of this shit is theater. A lot of this shit is being made to look a particular way. But these motherfuckers ain't that fucking stupid to where, all this dumb shit is just randomly happening off of pure incompetence and pure stupidity. A lot of that is being done intentionally, man. You see? It's all part of their plan.
This is COVID 2.0.
Yeah.
Because, this is how you shut down. This is a new excuse to shut down to preserve energy and food. I think the big problem here is famine. So you have seen the new administration in the United States systematically cut the domestic funds that are available to support food for poor people in emergencies, as well as the USAID and State Department aid to protect countries that have emergencies, like food. So you have, 25 maybe $1 billion traditionally that the U.S. had available to stop famines. That money is all cut, and now you have something that's creating the conditions of famine. So, to me, that's very disturbing.
Yeah, see, it's very disturbing, and also, you have to. The only conclusion you can come to is that this shit's being done intentionally. But again, hey, this is the secret counsel of the wicked, and this is what we're praying that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai hides the elect from. And this is why, we telling our people to repent, and you better get right with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, because the Lord's going to allow the counsel of the wicked to succeed to a certain extent. The Lord's going to let this devil bring manufactured famines, to bring straightness, to bring, another lockdown in. He's going to let this devil crash this economy. He's going to let ultimately all hell break loose to a certain extent, to where, Second Ezra, the 15th chapter, the 16th chapter is going to come to pass, where you're going to have neighbors destroying one another for the lack of bread. You're going to have, the cities be locked down. You're going to have these catastrophes, blackouts, civil war, sedition. These things are going to take place. And we know a lot of these things are being controlled by these elites to bring in the desired results, man. And this is why we're praying for the Lord to keep us from these times and in these days. And at the same time, as prophets and the seers, we're warning our people and telling you that these things are coming, and for you to prepare and understand that our faith and our protection and our salvation through it all is only through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. It's not going to be in any carnal means. It's not going to be in trusting in this government or trusting in the new world order or trusting in the new agenda these devils are going to present to the people as a pseudo salvation from the problems that they fucking created. You see? But hey, we understand that only the elect is going to get it. And that's why, hey, we're only praying and hoping for the elect at the end of the day. All right. So this is Psalms 10:2 in the NLT. It says, the wicked arrogantly hunt down the poor. Hey, and this whole new energy 2.0 lockdown is these devils hunting the poor. All right. Hey, and they're intentionally making it to where you're eventually going to be poor, man. To where, like I said, you're going to be totally dependent in your hope and faith. They're making it to where it's going to seem as if it's only in them. But we know it's not going to come with only strings attached, but a micro C hip attached, It says, the wicked arrogantly hunt down the poor. Let them be caught in the evil they plan for others. Right. And then we understand that's ultimately what's going to happen. But before that, hey, the Lord's going to let this devil get this plan going. Verse 3, for they brag about their evil desires. They praise the greedy and curse Yahweh. See? It says the wicked are too proud to seek the Most High. They seem to think that the Most High is dead. And this is why, like the guy was saying, this is why they're going to take this huge gamble. This is why they're going full steam ahead with this new world order agenda, with the depopulation, with these lockdowns, with, destabilizing, global infrastructure, not allowing these fertilizers to be planted, to miss the spring season, because these devils fully understand the power of famine and how desperation sinks in. These people will be basically willing to give up their souls and their own lives to survive, if put in that situation, like what happened in ancient Egypt during the time of Joseph, man. You see, and they have no fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai whatsoever. So they're going to go full steam ahead with it. And they don't care how many people have to perish or get sent back to the spirit world or starve to death in order for them to accomplish what they're trying to do. Verse 5, yet they succeed in everything they do. They do not see your punishment awaiting them. They sneer at all their enemies. See, this is why they don't give a damn about what people got to say. Like I said, us out there, the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, they know what we're saying is true. They know that we're standing on the Most High business, but they don't care. And like I said, Esau knows he has but a short time. These elites, they know their fate ultimately with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, but through their pride and arrogance, hey, the Lord has hardened their hearts like he did Pharaoh to be like, F it. Yeah, we know where the Edomites. Yeah, we know that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai exists. We know what his ultimate goal is for us. But hey, we're gonna go full forward with our agenda. We don't give a goddamn about nobody. We don't care about the Israelites, his elect. We don't care about the Most High himself. Hey, we're gonna accomplish this, and the Lord has them in that spirit, so that his will can be done. So this is why you can't be ignorant. This is why you can't be so naive not to think that the level of wickedness this man is willing to go to get this new world order accomplished, man. Verse 6, they think nothing bad will ever happen to us. We will be free of trouble forever. Their mouths are full of cursing, lies, and threats. Trouble and evil are upon the tips of their tongues. They lurk in ambush in the villages, waiting to murder innocent people. Hey, and that's what this new energy lockdown 2.0 is going to do. It's going to put to death a lot of innocent people. Children, women, young, old, they don't give a goddamn. You see? It says they are always searching for helpless victims. Like lions crouched in hiding, they wait to pounce on the helpless. Like hunters, they capture the helpless and drag them away in nets. Their helpless victims are crushed. They fall beneath the strength of the wicked. The wicked think the Most High isn't watching us. He has closed his eyes and won't even see what we do. So you have to put this, put things in perspective. You have to really think of it like this. This is the manner that Esau, Edom, and these elites are moving in, to where they're moving in the spirit as if they don't think the Most High is watching, and that they can get away with anything, no matter how wicked, how abominable, how downright just nefarious and horrible. They're in the mind frame of there is no punishment for their actions, man. So you don't don't think for one second that this man won't drop some type of biological weapon here in America that will wipe out tens of thousands of people, man. I mean, look what he did with the last lockdown. Look what he intentionally created and dropped on people. You don't think he's willing to take it a step further and drop something even more and more destructive? Remember, that guy Bill Gates said there is going to be another P, and this one is going to get everybody's attention, man. You see, and this is why we have to continuously repent, man, and get right with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, so we can be delivered from this devil and from his plans and from all of this shit he has going on. Verse 12, arise, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, punish the wicked, O power, do not ignore the helpless. And we know that, the Lord is going to come to our aid and defense, and this is why we need to get prepped and prepared now, before these times even come. It says, why do the wicked get away with despising the Most High? They think the Most High will never call us to account, which, the Lord is. And sometimes it seems like it's that way because this man is still going on. But remember, the Lord has appointed this devil's bounds that he cannot pass. And the day is coming to where the Lord just going to stop this devil cold in his tracks, man. But before that, we need to seek Yahweh Bashem Yahushua while he may be found, man. You, Jake, better get right. You better put away all of your bullshit. And put your faith, trust, and like I did a video yesterday, your how did it go? Your fearlessly put your faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. It says, but you see the trouble and grief they cause. You take note of it and punish them. The helpless put their trust in you. You defend the orphans, and that's going to be the elect, man. You see, it says, break the arms of these wicked, evil people. Go after them until the last one is destroyed. And that's going to eventually happen. We have faith and trust in that, man. You see, but before all that, the Lord's going to allow this devil to get this new world order rolling. And it's not going to be nice for a lot of people of the world, man. It says, Yahweh is king forever and ever. The godless nation will vanish from the land. Yahweh, you know the hope of the helpless. Surely you will hear their cries and comfort them. You will bring justice to the orphans and the oppressed, so mere people can no longer terrify them. You see? And Esau's terrorism is coming to an end, man. But before the Lord arises and breaks his arms and disappoints him and judges him, the Lord's going to let this devil, cause a lot of pain and suffering and a lot of damage with this NWO. But we understand and know that, hey, Lord willing, we're part of the elect. We're going to be saved and defended and protected and kept from all this bullshit. But before all that, we see what this devil's intentions truly are, man. And you got to understand, a lot of this shit is intentional. A lot of this shit is part of their plans. And, there's no avoiding it, man. It's going to happen. And hey, we're just hoping and praying that we're going to be on the right side with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But you Jakes out there, you are being warned. We are telling you these things are coming, and you have been given the opportunity to prepare and prep. But hey, what you do with that is going to be, on you if you do the right thing or the wrong thing. But you can't say that you didn't know, you didn't hear, and that the Lord didn't send his prophets to give you warning of these things beforehand, man. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. All praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Into the next one, Shalom.